from grace. Something takes a part of me. You and I were meant to be. A cheat for me to lay. Something takes a part of me. Boom, da, dum, dum, da, ima, da, 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 boom. Flatline for the ninth time. I'm on a first name basis with the afterlife, and there's no ceiling when you're the demon. I dug myself out of the dirt for a reason, and I'm never running, so try it again. Starting me over right back at the end.
When was the last time you were afraid? I haven't been afraid a day in my life.
The dead don't die, the heart still beats, head held high, I haunt these streets, lies kill me 100,000 times, you can try, but the dead don't die, knock me down 6 feet deep, lies kill me 100,000 times, you can try, but the dead don't die.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
The Colts take over a first down at their own 22-yard line.
Project S, this ain't what you want.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And a short pickup to about the 25.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
19 tight. 19 tight. Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Alert. Alert.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Panther 11, Panther 11. Warriors 7, Mustang 19. Panther Street, Panther Street.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This one completes Alec Pierce. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. So you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
That is first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Ready? 6. Hey, smash Broncos. 79 Broncos. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let go.
Richardson. They'll get this off to Taylor. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Looking to put a drive together.
19 Lions. Trap 60. Trap 60. 60 Eagles.
Willis looking to throw it. He's got to hook up here to Caldwell. A good
settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
19 sight, 19 touch.
Willis looks to pass it here. Now he's going to step up and run. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Back to throw, Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This is intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this. A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him, but his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
I see the bunch of mean guys in the band and a tie. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. Ain't surprised to rob the killer.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, check that. Cup 19, Cup 19. 19, Sox, 79 Broncos.
Here's Richardson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Colts first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And the Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Cowboy 80, 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now Richardson going to shift things up. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor from 19 yards away. And the Colts are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Steelers.
Willis now off play action. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Willis out of the gun. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Willis to throw. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And he fends him off. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
18, 5 in, 60, 79, 19, Lions. Panther Street, Panther Street.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Trap 60, trap 60. Dragon 60, Cup 19, Cup 19. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Now it's Richardson. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure
18
tackle.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18
Now
Cardinal.
they'll change things up. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are able to widen their advantage. Now the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
The score, Colts 17, Steelers nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 10. Here's Willis. Pushes past him. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Caldwell in motion left. Willis looking to throw it. Wilson's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. 54 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Steelers 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15.
Let's go now. 79 Bronx, 19 Lions, Dragon 60. First, go.
Now Richardson. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the 2 with 35 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
70 range, trap 50, trap 19 tight, 19 tight.
Richardson out of the shotgun. A short one there, caught by Warren.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Ready.
Richardson, shotgun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. From the shotgun, Richardson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Colts are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Anthony Richardson keeping it himself from a yard out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point on the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. offense here. He's past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, it'll wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Willis now off of play action. Now he'll tuck this and run. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Willis will look to throw it. Got his man, it's Warren. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Going on 4th down. Here's Willis. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works in past the 50.
13 yards on the play. And the Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Right back to the air with Willis. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Come on, come on. Hey. Cut 19. Cut 19.
To throw, here's Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to try and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Willis wants to pass it again. Got a man here, it's Wilson. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
To throw, here's Willis. He'll try to pick it up himself. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Willis showing off the wheels there. He gets him the 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect him with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Willis. Now he's going to step up and run. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. And now it's blocked. It's picked up. There he goes, left side. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
And he returns this to the 22. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2 yards to go, second down.
60 Maverick. Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 79 Broncos.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
7 Pirates. 70 Lions. 18 Rattler. 19 Lions. Panther Street. Panther Street.
Here's Richardson to throw. And the throw right sideline is complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a second and 1 forthcoming.
Look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. They snapping like fake drinks, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move.
Ready.
Richardson looking to throw this. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 30-yard line.
But that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Okay, looking to put a drive together. Back to throw, Willis. Gonna look deep for Wilson. fights the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw, Willis. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a completion to Wilson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Willis out of the gun. Home in here, Caldwell. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th down. Fights through it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lined up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Willis. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Willis looking to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Willis takes the snap. They're going for it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk Warriors 70.
Here's Willis. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
70, Timberwolves.
Now Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Okay, ready? Snap, snap.
for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
18, here we go. Cut. Get him. Gotta be lying.
The shotgun snap to Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep. Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And the Colts pick it up. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
What happens when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Steelers 13.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Pick it up. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Come 19, 8, ready.
This pass left side to Downs. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Set to kick off.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Willis now off the play fake. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Come on. 60-inch.
Right back to the air again with Willis. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
19 Lions, 19 Chargers, 19 Chargers.
trying for it on fourth down. Here's Willis. He's got his target. That's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead down to 20. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin first and 10. Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Go, Riggs. Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on, but the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage, but you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him. Rest of it will cover on the back end.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Quick throw completed by Richardson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. The Steelers' 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
19, Charger, 19, come 19, come 19, 70 Lions, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler, Mustang 19, 79 Broncos.
Richardson looking to throw. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rig it. Here we go, here we go. Set, Cougar 19.
Running left, Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 31 yards. And the Colts are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Steelers 20. And Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. To throw, here's Willis. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, here's Willis. Working in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Colts 47, Steelers 27. Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground.
20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Bronco leading. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
7 Pirates, Mustang 19. Check, check.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 yards that time for number 14. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. From the shotgun, Richardson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Willis will look to throw it. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
It's a gain of 18. And the Steelers first down.
Again, it's Willis to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. Going right back to Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Willis looking to throw it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Willis. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Willis got to have this one. Hold in here, Caldwell. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Willis to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Willis. This is Craig. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 29 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Steelers 34. Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after for the touchdown.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one's all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
10 at the 44-yard line.
The career's more at stake when you're proud.
The Colts are champions of the AFC as we sign off here and say goodnight, everybody. And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.